Hello! Good afternoon. Oh, para maiba naman ang atin na merong OBB tayo and then meron tayong mga different background. Ayan, gagong gupit po tayo ngayon. So those who don't see me in my Spotify, I just had a new haircut. Yan po. And I'd like to thank people who tuned in earlier. Thank you for guys for waiting for me to go on air. And then I'd like to thank Logitech for this new camera. Hindi niyo ba halata? Kita-kita na yung lines ko. Pati yung hindi ko sinishave, kita na yan lahat. So, there. Okay. Before I continue, ganito nangyayari. Hindi mo ba ginamit? Okay. Ang daming message kagad, ho. Okay, people that are on, Myra Santos joined, John Dominguez o si Domeng, Mark Suarez, Chris Manangkil, MP Esguerra, mga thank you loyal people that are there. Agayamo, Gigi, So, Karina Lauling, ang ganda naman ng mo, meron rhyming. Si Tita, Maite Ignacio is watching. Ernest William, Ernest William is watching me from the States. Hello, nice to see that you're. Patrick Tan is here. JM Martin and John Vega. Those are the people that I can see that joined us. So far, let me just start this correctly. Originally, our guest for today was Aris Francisco, but there was a mix up in schedules. So we might or will have him next Saturday. Aris Francisco will be there, and he will give away some of the things that he prepared for us, supposed to be for today. Lux items daw yon. So John Vega from Cebu. Nice to see you guys. There you go. Okay, I'll go straight to the point. I have another show at night called Midnight Snack, which is tomorrow at 11 p.m. And we had an interesting topic, which is the paranormal again. Pero you know how it is when you start talking about the paranormal, the topics are endless, jumps from one part from the other, or one topic from another. And one of the things that we talked about or touched on was dreams, or yung mga dream interpretation. Some people don't know that I actually can interpret dreams. And here, half a day from Guam, USA, si JM. Yes, half a day is their way of greeting. Parang aloha yan sa Guam. Anyway, going back, yeah, some people don't believe that I do that. But most of my clients who I've worked with, so sa mga taong hindi nakakala, most of the clients I work with, when they're in the studio, sometimes they would ask me to interpret their dreams and what they what's this and what they think is the interpretation of this dream. Some of them are disturbing, some of them are not, some of them are just basically strange. So I will flash in my screen right now. There you go. You can call me at 0917-620-7658. All right. This number is not my personal number, but it'll be flashed on the screen. My admin will answer you. And then sometimes you guys are shy, so you don't want your names to be said or mentioned. So I will not say your name, but most probably I will just call you by a certain nickname if you have dreams that you want to interpret. I have so many questions right now that are coming in from a different uh, from page. Ideo is watching. Estelle is watching. Muzain Bada is watching. Okay, that's nice. Welcome, guys. One of the things that people are always curious about, and they always ask me about this, is that, paano yun, Raymond? What if I dream of me dying, or a coffin, or somebody dying, mga ganun tipo? Well, this is one common interpretation. Most of the dreams that you guys, regardless, because you have to remember when you dream, the dream is specifically interpreted for your personality. It's not a general rule that, if you dream of something, death will become death. We say that normally when you dream about something, it's the opposite. Not necessarily. I will tell you that. I have a 90% accuracy rate. If you don't believe me, maybe you can ask the people I've read or interpreted the dreams for. And so far, they always come back to ask and to consult. In fact, I have one consultation that's I'm waiting to come in, but I think the caller is kind of shy at this point, so she's not calling at this point. Hi, Janice, you're watching. Anyway, Oh, let's go back to death. When you dream of death, that doesn't mean it's a physical death or a death of, you're losing your life or somebody's life for that matter. Death symbolically means it's a renewal of life. It's weird, right? When you think of death, it means it's the end of life. But actually, when it comes in symbolism or in dreams, it's actually the opposite. It means you need to start something new, or there has to be a need for you to start something new, or something new will happen to you. These are the things. Sometimes dreams can be manifestations of, and I'll be honest with you, of your psyche, of what you want to happen in real life. So what's happening is sometimes uh, our subconscious, which is pushed back when our on our waking days, our waking hours. In our waking hours, we use our consciousness or our conscious mind. So our mind is divided into the conscious and the subconscious. Excuse me. When we're awake and we do our daily chores, we work, we play, and we talk to people, it's our conscious mind that takes over. Our conscious mind is in charge of logic and rationality, which means everything we've learned, or everything that we learned through experience or life or by teachers, by our parents, that's present in our conscious thinking. However, they say the subconscious now is a more relaxed version of our mind, wherein we can think on both levels, on the conscious level or the rational level, or the somewhat irrational or the gifted level of subconscious, wherein you can actually see symbols. Where people say the younger you are, if you're a kid, you are less conscious because you are less jaded, therefore you can see things that adults cannot see. So sabi na, most of the things that if we have most of the time, that if a kid has an imaginary playmate, most probably that might be true. So don't be scared, but it's a bit normal that we can we can have that kind of an experience. But sometimes naman it's just really an imaginary, depends, it's a case to case thing. So going back to dreams about death. So there is usually an interpretation that once there is death or a loss of life in the dream. Now, if it's yours, then if you dream of yourself as dying, that means you want to free yourself of a certain burden or a certain problem. So, uh, meaning that something is bothering you right now, a problem in work or a problem in relationships. Normally, when you think of death, that means you're desperate. You're trying to get rid of this problem and you don't know how. And sometimes, when you dream of death, that's what it means. Now, if you dream of death and then you go into talks with somebody, or you're trying to plan something or invest in something, normally that's a good sign, because that means that's a moving forward. Most of the time in tarot card reading or in reading of cards, if you see the death sign, that means that's a good sign to move forward. That means there is a possibility that this might be good. So, it depends on who's reading you, and the state of life or situation that you're in at that point when the reading is done. Remember, reading of dreams or anything else is dependent on your situation at the present. So when they say, I will tell you your future is based on what's happening in the present. So for example, if I drop my coffee right now in front of me, I can predict my future by saying that my computer will be destroyed and my keyboard will be out of order because it will be drenched in coffee. That's me predicting the future, because I know in the present, if I do that, that's what will happen. It is the same with most interpretations, even in dreams. So that's why anyone who interprets dreams will normally ask you, may pinagdadaanan ka ba? Are you going through something? Did you just have a fight with your friend or your boyfriend or your spouse? These are the things they will ask. So that's the basic premise of death and dreams. All right, remember, if you want me to interpret your dreams, there's a number here in front of me and you can call. Well, there's no problem. I won't answer you right there and then, but at least my administration will answer you, and then they will ask you if you want to say your name or not. So we can protect your identity. Thank you, Frenjic, for watching, and Heinz is watching also. Wow, dumagdag ang watchers natin. Okay. I had a question from one of my viewers, si Miss Nanette, and that is saying, effective ba yan? Ano yung tawag dito? Ang sinabi niya, hindi effective. Accurate ba? Yun, accurate ba yung kanyang interpretation? So, hindi alam na Miss Nanette na ako yung magsasabi. But normally, the dream interpreter or will tell you little hints. They will not tell you exactly na, oh, this is what you should do, this is what exactly it means. But normally, malalaman mo, you'll know by the type of words that that person is using that, oh, now I know this is what it means. Because I will ask you the problems, the relationships and everything like that. So these are the things that you need to consider. The other one that's important about death, ito yung magandang about death. Some people actually dream that they're inside the coffin. So I have friends calling me in the middle of the night, Naku Raymond, I'm so afraid. I dreamt myself I'm inside the coffin. And the best part about this is that natatawa ako and I'm so excited for them because a coffin means it's a transportation. If death means a segue to a new beginning or a new life, coffin is a transportation to that new beginning. So which means I will ask them, or I will tell them, do you have plans of going abroad? Because if you do, matutuloy ito. And then true enough, every time they call me, Raymond, I dreamt myself, I was in a coffin, I was so afraid. So I go, no, that's good luck. That means your dreams of your plans, your travel plans are gonna come true. And always, I always say that to my friends, do not be afraid of anything that's related to death because it has nothing to do with death. If you ask me what death is, then I cannot tell you because sometimes there'll be a misinterpretation. A personal talk can help. Hello, Pilar. Pilar's watching again. That's nice to know. Okay, I have one question here from Lynn. Si Lynn, ayan. Sir, magtanong ako ko lang paano pag nanaginip ka at nawala daw yung isang pares ng ikaw mo. hikaw, hikaw mo. Ano ibig sabihin? Kasi ilang beses na nanaginip ako ganun. Lynn, kailangan makausap kita. Siguro ito hikaw ito no kung siguro kasi hindi mo na type ng hikaw. Pares ng hikaw siguro to. Yan. O may continuation. At saka sir, yun parang nahulog ka at sa hagdan tapos nagising ka dahil nagulat. Ay, dalawang klase yan. Okay, one by one muna. Lynn, magandang question yan. Lynn, yun nanaginip ka ng nawawala isang pares ng hikaw mo. Ako na magsasabi sa'yo, ibig sabihin meron kang project o may ginagawa ka ngayon na hindi mo matapos o parang hindi mo alam tapos na pero parang nabibitin ka. You don't understand kung bakit parang gano'n na nangyari. Yun ang ibig sabihin ng hikaw, something close to you. At may nagbubulong sa'yo na yung instinct mo parang nagsasabi, parang hindi yata kompleto itong ginawa ko. So yun yung yun yung ibig sabihin. Then, I hope nakikinig ka. Please leave your comment. Sabihin mo kung tama itong sinasabi ko sa'yo. So, ang inaano ko ngayon at this point in time, kung parati ka nananaginip, ibig sabihin ganitong klaseng tao ka. Busy ka. Alcoholic tuloy. Workaholic ka, which is ang dami mong gustong gawin. Ang dami mong interpretation. Tapos, ang ano niyan is that you want to be sure tapos ka na pero hindi mo malaman kung bakit feeling mo hindi tama yung ginawa mo, hindi pa yata tapos. Yun ang ibig sabihin na nawawalang hikaw mo. May bitin ka pa. Hikaw kasi is personal. So yun yung nangyayari. And then yung second question is this. Tsaka sir, parang nahulog ako sa hagdanan tapos magigising ka. Nako, some people will say it's good, some people will say it's bad. Pero yan po ang start ng parang tinatawag natin na astral projection. Ito po yung point wherein when you're sleeping and you're so relaxed, and then your soul or your spirit is leaving the body. It's not bad, it's not good because I go through it also and I enjoy astral projection because I can explore. Lumalabas ako sa body ko and then nakikita ko yung ibabaw ng katawan ko, sa ibabaw ko ng katawan ko, tapos nakakalipad ako sa neighborhood namin, lumilipad ako, parang kala mo Superman, ganun yung dating. Some people are afraid, some people are not. Pero yung bigla kang nahulog tapos nagugulat ka, nagising ka, ibig sabihin hindi pa kaya ng katawan mo. That's why hinila ka kagad ng katawan mo to your body at doon ka nagising. That's what it means. So there. Hello, Therese Wong is watching. Okay, may abutin lang akong papel kasi may notes. May notes yun. Okay, may notes yung admin. May tumawag, nahiya daw May hiya yatang sa akin. I'll see if the comments are here. Oo nga, nahiya siya. Okay. Somebody is asking, sir, may nananaginip daw siya ng isang smoking electrical outlet. Ano ang interpretation nito? Okay. Normally, from this person. I need to know more details, but in general po, pag nanaginip ka ng smoking electrical outlet, ibig sabihin medyo kinakabahan ka about a certain decision. For example, alam mo yun ka ba mo na pag umalis ka ng bahay, naiwan ko ba yung planchang nakabukas? Ganun yung way of thinking nun. So, meron kang ginawa, ah, JV. Tawag na lang kita ng JV kasi para at least maganda yung tawag sa'yo, di ba? Nasa ka ba? Nandito ka ba? Wala ka dito. Okay. So, JV, tumawag ka kanina and then nasagot ka ni admin natin. So, ganito, isipin mo mabuti. Meron kang dinicide na ginawa or meron kang ginawa na hindi ka sigurado kung tama yung ginawa mo, kinakabahan ka sa decision mong yon. And that's one of the things na uy, thank you, Lynn. And that's the reason why yung smoking electrical outlet ang pinanaginipan mo. Ibig sabihin, you're trying to see if meron kang dangerous decision na ginawa. May sagot si Lynn sa akin, talaga sir, thank you so much. Sir, tama ka. Uy, told you, I'm correct. I remember these things. Kasi, thank you, Lynn. Tama daw yung sinabi ko about her interpretation. So, makikita usually ganun. And then, ito naman si JV, ang isang ano ko sa kanya is that medyo cautious ka. I can tell by the dream that you like deciding for yourself. There's a certain point of being independent. Pero ang nangyayari, pag naka-decide ka na that's totally yours, parang at the back of your mind, lahat naman tayo gano'n, at the back of your mind, tama ba itong ginawa ko? Did I do right about my decision? Is there something that I missed? You know, you keep on checking yourself. I think if you dreamt about this lately, you made a major decision or a decision that's going to affect you in the future, that's bothering you at this point. So yun po mga kaibigan ang interpretation of smoking electrical outlet. Pero electrical outlet kasi dangerous yan. So medyo high level of decision siguro yun kinakabahan ka at this point. So thank you for mga comments from everybody. Ana Rosario is watching and Annalise Laksamana is also watching. Thank you for that. Okay. Meron mga questions dito that ang dami ko na tapos ito maganda si Miss Nanette. Ang dami mong napapagaliwan tapos pagising mo, wala ka naman ni isa. Actually, nakakatawa. Wait. Nanette, before I answer, okay? Pinakilala mo na sarili mo. John from Cebu. Sir Raymond almost hit it. Yes, John. I don't want to say too much because you're on live, but at least papunta sa direction na yun. John, if you're still smoking of electrical outlets, double check things that you've done to whether or not relationship ito or whether or not trabaho ito. Medyo, I'm thinking either of the two. Because this is something that you're kind of cautious about. That's the word I was trying to say. It's nothing dangerous. It's nice that your dreams are actually warning you. O balik tayo sa comment ni Miss Nanette. Ako, typical ito sa lahat ng tao. Dami ko na papagalihan. Tapos, pagising mo, wala kang maalala ni isa. Miss Nanette, good news yan sa'yo. Miss Nanette, ang ibig sabihin niyan dalawa lang. Mahimbing ang tulog nyo at healthy yung tulog nyo kasi nananaginip ka. Pag hindi mo naalala, ibig sabihin, sobrang himbing ng tulog mo na nakaka-revive ka. Kasi minsan yung ibang tao, pag naalala yung panaginip, napapagod sila dahil sa interpretation ng dream, may mga stress sila, may mga tension sila. Pag hindi mo naalala yung panaginip, most probably, wala ka masyadong major problem. That's a good sign because normally your dreams will remind you na medyo may problema tayo or I need to do something about it. And minsan normal yan. If you want to remember your dream, ang gagawin mo is magbantay ka ng pen and paper beside you. Sa mga millennials na hindi mo na magsulat sa papel, normally what you would do is you would write it in your, may memo sa phone nyo, may mga memo, voice memo, sabihin mo na kagad what it is. So that way, it's easier for you to remember or write it down. Simple things that will remind you of the dream. And then normally ganyan. And the best part about dreams is this. If you have a healthy sleeping habit and regular sleeping, you can actually continue the dream. So for example, you have a dream na maganda, na nanalo ka, nasa isang favorite place ka ng mo, all you have to do is not think too much and then go back to sleep. Most probably, you can continue your dream. So yun yung magagandang si Pilar nag-comment. Sabi ni Pilar, so, marami na pala akong astral travels. Pilar, actually, hindi malayo yon. You are, I read your mga, not naman read your or something like that, but you're very sensitive to people, which means you're affected by their emotions, you're affected by things that are happening to people. Ano ka, para kang sponge ng emotion. Now, ang nangyayari dito is that when you astral travel, you're more sensitive to things and you permit it to happen. So Pilar, if you travel a lot of times, then you know what, enjoy. Not everybody has that opportunity na maka-travel through astral kasi it's ang tawag doon, not everybody is open to the idea. So natatakot yung iba, nagigising. Kaya yung iba nagigising na bibigla. That's what happens to them. So don't be afraid. These are dreams, but at the end of the day, kahit ano sabihin nyo, you can always control your life, your destiny. So dreams are just part of the things that you can. Nako, may comment na naman si Miss Lynn. Miss Lynn, una sir, talaga tama ka kasi may mga bagay-bagay na dapat ko sanang tapusin. Lalo na ngayon, may mga bagay na pa kasi ako dapat kong unahin. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I more than the fact that I interpreted it correctly, what I'm saying is that I'm glad that I'm giving you a little information na, it can help. It can help you guys decide also. Dreams are normally also yourself trying to tell yourself na, hoy, nung gising ka, nakalimutan mo to. So nung tulog ka, pinapaalala sa'yo ng subconscious mo na these are the things na dapat mong isipin, or these are the things na dapat mong gawin. And they're very good. They're very good. Wow. Jiggy Alejandrino. What if people dream of you? Tama ba 'yon? Can you comment again? Kasi what if people dream of you? Papa, what if people dream of you? Pag people dream of you, di ang ganda mo, di ba? Either sexy star ka or pinagsanasahan ka ng tao na panaginip sa'yo. Or worse, may utang ka sa kanya na dapat mong bayaran if people dream of you. So, Jiggy, I think one of the dreams that you need to also consider is there is a dream that you have that deals with noise. Something about you being bothered by loud noises. I don't know why it's coming to me right now, but apparently that's the dream that you need to consider. I don't know. Tell me if I'm wrong, huh? Jiggy, something about noise. It's coming to me. I don't know why. Si Chachi naman naglagay ng pangalan pero wala naman siyang sinabing pangalan ko ano. Chachi, hulaan ko ba kung nasaan kami? Medyo mahirap 'yun. Okay. Pero Jiggy, think about it. What is this thing about noise that seems to be important or not important or irritating you at this point in time? So there. Okay. So sino pa ba yung mga natin dito? Okay, well, you guys are actually trying to call. Don't forget, I'll put the numbers on the screen. 0917-620-7658. You can call because what's going to happen is that my administrator will answer the phone and see if you want to talk about something or you just want to keep it private and send me a message. Kasi yung ibang tao nilalagay in a piece of paper and my administrator actually hands it to me. Miss Nanette, pwede ko bang sabihin na di ko pinapansin ang mga problems at sleeping, I just ignore it at di ko problema at iniisip. Pwede rin yun. Sometimes kasi we just ignore it and sometimes we don't find it important. So you know what? Kanya-kanya nga. Each person has a different interpretation. Okay. Another interpretation of dreams na kayo ang curious about. So we dealt with death, kamatayan, or physical death in dreams. And then we interpreted coffin. So if you guys have dreaming of coffin, at this point, ibig sabihin, babiyahe kayo. So huwag kayong matakot. Lalo na at this point wherein the pandemic is happening. Ito nga, tumataas na naman ang positive cases natin ng COVID. So guys, sometimes your dreams can also be anxiety-induced. So don't let it affect you at this point. Kailangan before you sleep, seriously, and I will vouch for this. Before you sleep, just pray and say thank you that you still have the opportunity to sleep and wake up the next day, because some people don't have that same privilege of waking up the next day. Yeah. uh, if I'm looking back and forth kasi marami nagbibigay ng mga notes na ayaw magpaano daw doon. Okay, Chachi, may note ka na rin finally. Sige, Chachi. Sir, paano yung dream na palagi may kalaban? Nako, Chochi. You know what? I'll tell you what's wrong pag may parati kang kalaban. Ganito yun. There are two ways to interpret na parati kang may kalaban. One is you're actually unsure, in fact, bordering to insecurity about certain things in life. In fact, pag may kalaban ka, normally, depende yan kung monsters or tao ang kalaban mo. Chachi, please comment kung medyo you want to know more details kasi very broad yung question mo. Is that ang kalaban mo is basically sarili mo. Yun yung ibig sabihin nun. You're insecure about the way people see you, nahihiya ka, or, I think you're a very, not naman very, but I think you're a shy person and you're not comfortable pag may comment about you normally in public. So, usually ganun yan. Or, the other way to see it naman is that yung kalaban mo is something that gusto mong ma-solve, is basically a problem na hindi mo ma-solve for the longest time. Kaya you have to tell me, ano ba tong kalaban na to? Tao ba to? Hayop ba to? Monster ba to? But that's the general I can give you. Ngayon, guys, if you want me to interpret your dreams, sabihin niyo sa akin a little bit more details para Chachi, that's a very good but you need to give me more details. Yan po. Si Lynn, hindi pa tawas. Oo nga, sir, but ganon? Minsan na managinip ka, pagising mo, nakalimutan mo na ilang beses na nangyari yan sa akin. Ibig sabihin, masarap ka matulog. Lynn. Pag hindi ka either masarap ang tulog mo or pagising mo, late ka na, kaya nagmamadali ka na mag-toothbrush at maligo at magbihis. Kaya talaga makakalimutan mo yan. Tapos ang maganda dyan, maalala mo na lang yan after a while, yun. So don't worry. In fact, you'll never know na gano'n na mangyayari sa atin. Chito Guzman, Norman Torres, and Sherby is watching us right now. Uy, si Kaya Cunha is also watching. Chia, hello Chia, I miss watching. And then, okay. You know what, guys? Thank you, ha. Ang dami nyo pa rin nagtatanong sa akin na ganito na ayaw pala pabigay yung pangalan nyo. Okay, one of the questions here is this. Nanaginip po ako, I'm reading, ayaw niya pa magbigay ng pangalan. Nanaginip ko ako ng nasa simbahan. Okay, natawa ako sa isang comment. Anyway, nanaginip po ako na nasa loob ako ng simbahan. Ang laki-laki ng simbahan at ang ganda-ganda at ang ganda-ganda ng music. Nako, that's good news. If you dream of a church, ganito yan, two situation. If you dream of a church, nasa labas ka ng simbahan at nakikita mo, nasa harap ka ng simbahan, papunta ka ng simbahan, that means the goals that you've set up, kunyari, may business ka or may gusto kang i-decide or may gusto kang kunin, ang nangyayari is that simbahan is the ultimate of your goal, your fantasy or your goal. Bakit simbahan? We were born in a very Catholic so most of the things that whether simbahan, mosque or whatever, usually we tie it in with the place of worship because normally pinagdadasal natin yung gusto natin makuha or ma-achieve. So pag nasa harap ka ng simbahan at nakikita mo yung harap ng simbahan, nakabukas yung pinto ng simbahan, that's a welcoming sign, nakabukas and narinig mo yung music. Ngayon, if nakikita mo yung simbahan, tahimik, nakasarado yung simbahan, medyo papagtrabahuan mo pa yung goal mo kasi ibig sabihin, medyo nandoon, nakikita mo sa harap mo pero not exactly enough for you to enter. So isipin mo yon. Number 3 pala ako, nakalimutan ko. Pag napanaginipan nyo na nasa loob kayo ng simbahan at nakikita nyo yung ceiling, yung ganda ng walls, ng stained glass, and the music, congratulations. That means makukuha mo yung yung dream mo. Because normally, bihira yung maka-dream na nasa loob ka ng simbahan. Ngayon, pag naka-dream ka na nasa loob ka ng simbahan, at umiiyak ka, ngayon, sometimes, that might be a realization also of something na hindi mo nakuha. Now, maganda yan. Pag nag-explore ka sa loob ng simbahan na hindi ka umiiyak, very good sign yan. Very, very good sign. So, the one person who sent me that note na ayaw niya magpa-identify on air is that, simbahan or a church or a mosque is a good sign. That means you can see your goal in front of you. However, I have a certain bad, not naman bad interpretation or cautionary ano naman. If you see the church from the back, sa likod po ng simbahan, nakikita nyo ang likod ng simbahan. Usually po, ang nasa likod ng simbahan sementeryo or graveyard or mga ano. That's kind of a bad sign for us interpreting dreams because ibig sabihin, either nalagpasan nyo na yung tag dito, yung goal ninyo, and yet hindi nyo nakuha. Kaya it's kinda hard na not naman masyadong ano yan, not naman masyadong bad luck, but you need to think things over. Bakit kaya hindi sa akin nabigay yung goal o yung dream na gusto ko? Okay, Lynn has a follow-up comment here. Sir Raymond, yung kalaban ko po sa dream, minsan mga criminals, minsan aswang, minsan ibang creatures. Very specific ito. Ibig sabihin, it's more personal ngayon. Normally, ang creatures like aswang, encantada, or anything that's like that, or criminals, is more about your personal fear. Yun yung nangyayari. Personal fear to. So, your dream na may kinakalaban mo, you're trying to fight I don't want to use the word insecurity, but let's use the word fear. Meron kang kinakatakutan na hindi mo ma-overcome. And I think that's one of the reasons why you're dreaming it is because hindi mo magawa sa waking hours mo yung dapat mong isolve yung problem, pero may kinakatakutan ka na gusto mong isolve pero hindi mo magawa-gawa for whatever reason. I don't want to go into details because I don't know the real details of what your dream is. Kung pwede mo kwento nga yung storya, maganda yan. I have nakakatawang dream. Sabi ni Miss Nanette, sa dami lang siya. How true is this? I heard na I won daw sa loto pero hindi naman ako tumataya ng loto. How can that be? Oy! Okay, maganda to. Nanalo ka sa loto pero hindi ka naman tumataya sa loto. Oy, this is good news and bad news. Pag nanalo ka sa loto, that means whatever you're actually trying to wish, there is a possibility yung wish will come true. Hindi ibig sabihin tumaya ka sa loto kasi kung totoo tong mga pinaginip about numbers, about nanalo ka sa loto, edi ang dami na namin nanalo na nag-i-interpret ng dreams kasi alam na namin yung number na lumalabas. So ibig sabihin yan, there is this thing that may pina-project ka. Nako, good news yan. Kung nanalo ka, ibig sabihin makukuha mo yan. So, kunyari, meron kang isang project na gustong nangyari or gusto mong bilhin, hindi ko mabili kunyari ito certain damit or bag or sapatos. Pag nanalo ka sa loto at matagal mo nang ninanais, ibig sabihin ng makukuha mo yung bagay na yon na matagal mo nang inaasam-asam. So, there is this want that the lotto is trying to say because lotto means winner ka. Ibig sabihin, nakuha mo yung gusto mo na prize. And the other interpretation also is this. Parang, that's why medyo is that, parang feeling mo, ang dami mong trabaho. Na tipo bang, ano ba yan? Pagod na ako. I deserve a prize for this kind of work that I'm doing. So that's the reason why you dreamt of a lotto because ang nangyayari is that feeling mo dapat you deserve this prize. Yun one of the things ibig sabihin na pag nananalo sa lotto. Okay. We will look at the Winnie Polito. Hello, Winnie. You're watching. Patricia Miranda and Nace Cruz is watching again. Thank you for watching. So I'm going back to the comment sections here. All right. So I've answered most of the things that are here right now. And then one of the things that people are saying is that paano ngayon kung nanaginip ka, ito yung mga questions na dumadating sa akin na, what if daw na naginip ka ng ahas? Sabi nila, ang ahas daw is about sex. Actually po, ang ahas po, when pinanaginip po, ang tatanong namin dyan, anong kulay ng ahas? Is it red? Is it green? Is it ano? Kasi doon natin malalaman interpretation. Number one, anong ginagawa ng ahas sa'yo? Kasi hindi kompleto, na naginip lang daw siya. Ito ba pinipuluputan ko? Is it wrapping itself around you? Is it trying to kill you? These are the things that I need to know because if not, I cannot interpret. I'll tell you why I need to know. If it's green snake, the more curve ang snake and it's green, swerte yun. Ibig sabihin magkakapera ka. Ibig sabihin, some of your financial wants and needs, there is a financial future that's coming to you. Now, now if you get naman brown tawag dito, brown snake. If you get naman brown snake, what happens is that it's about sexuality. So depends also, is it curling around you, is the snake trying to chase you, kasi iba-ibang interpretation dyan na konti, so you have to be specific about what kind of snake that you uh ito Janet is making a comment. Yes, Janet. Sir Raymond, how about po yung panaginip ng maraming prutas na pinagpapasapasahan? Oh, this is also good. Janet, ang prutas po, ang ibig sabihin ng prutas is meron kang makukuhang parang fruits of your labor or prize or yung pinaghirapan mo bubunga. Yun ang ibig sabihin nun. Ito yung problema. Yung pinaghirapan mo yung bubunga, ibig sabihin marami kayong makikinabang. So, ang mahirap dyan, isipin nyo muna, isipin nyo muna, Janet, tawag dito, yun question mo, yung bunga is that it means the benefits. Yun yung mga makukuha mo dyan. Ano yung benefit? Pera ba to? Ito ba ay benefit para lang sa iyo? Or ito ba sinishare mo yung benefits? Yung mga ano natin dito. Kasi ang maganda dyan is that ibig sabihin makukuha mo yung hinihintay mo, pero yung pinagpapasapasahan, that means either mag-aagawan kayo or mag-share kayo dyan eh. So, pag-isipan mo mabuti. Janet, tell me if medyo malapit ako sinasabi ko, pero meron kang project, sinasabi ko na to. Sir Raymond, how about mo yung panaginip na maraming prutas na pinagpapasapasahan? May project ka na maganda ang beneficio or benefit sa maraming tao. So, that's the reason why, Uh, and that's the reason why, tawag dito, kailangan mo ipasa pa sa iba. That's a good sign, ha? Ibig sabihin makakatulong ka sa ibang tao. Yun nga lang, hindi ko alam kung makukuha mo yung gusto mo kasi mukhang ang priority mo sa buhay, gusto mo makatulong. Janet, gusto ko to kasi yung nagpapasapasahan, it says you're not a selfish person. Hindi ka yung tipong taong isasarili mo. Pag meron kang kunyari nanalo, gusto mo lahat ng tao masaya sa tabi mo. Ganun yung nangyayari. So that's a very good sign. That's a very, very good sign for you, actually. Okay. We have another comment here. Let's see. What's about ito. What about shopping for shoes, buying more than one pair? Either gastador ka. Either gastador ka kasi ang kanyang dream is that what about buying shoes pero instead of buying more than one pair, na bumili siya ng mas marami. Okay, there are different interpretations. I will tell you that yes, Kobe, please call me. Kobe, I would love to talk to you because I miss you. Si Kobe is messaging me from Australia, and if you call, my admin will answer you. Please call me, please call me. Kahit WhatsApp or Viber because we can take that call also. Wait, going back to Miss Irene. Okay, there are two interpretations of that dream. When you go shopping for shoes, basically, sometimes it's again saying that you deserve something and that's why you want to buy shoes. This is for women, ha? Sa men, it's a different interpretation. But the underlying about shoes is this. Sometimes you think about bakit ang dami kong roles in life na ginagawa. You're questioning yourself, and then what's happening right now is that you're saying, I'm doing this already, and yet I'm also doing this. I mean, I'm participating too much in all these things that are happening in my life, and that's the reason why you want to buy more shoes to make you feel comfortable when you walk with, kasi ganyan yan, when you walk, when you do jogging, when you do exercise, when you feel in different shoes. And sometimes that's what's happening to us when you dream of buying more than one shoes. That means you're trying to see, am I doing more than one role? Am I a mother? Am I a wife? Am I a sister? Am I a boss? Am I an employee? All these things you start questioning, and that's one of the reasons why you want to buy shoes. So yeah, it's not about expenses, but that's more or less the symbolism for that. So Wait, first I have an incoming message. Personal message. I cannot I cannot read that. Australia wants to call me right now. Lucky Manzano. Lucky, yan. If you have any dream, Mr. Manzano, would you like to tell me? Because that's one of the things that we're doing now, dream interpreter. Some people are laughing at me in my personal page. Sabi, talaga, nagdi-dream ka? Nagdi-dream I'm gonna read, pero I won't tell you who. Para kala ko photographer ka lang. Ang dami mo na pa palang sidelines. Uh, so there. Yes. Yeah, I am sorry. Chachi just commented about my interview. Ang galing mo po, sir. You didn't say which part I said, but I think I did the right thing by interpreting Chachi's dream. Chachi, don't worry about your dream. I remember what it is. I'll tell you something. Ang magandang i-dream mo is this. Pag may kaaway ka na multo or kalapag aswang, dapat manalo ka. That is the thing I want you to do. Because in dreams, you can dictate the ending of your dreams. So, kung kinakalaban mo ito mga kung ano-ano, magnanakaw, masamang tao, kapre, or whatever, you know what? Go. Labanan mo kung gusto mo. And if you want, I want you to win because that's a very good way of settling your dreams. You become the winner at the end. Yan po. There is a caller here. Let me just see kung papasok siya. And I don't know. Let's see. Let's see if we can hear it also. Can you talk right now?
I am. If you can hear me, I can talk. I'm in a rather loud place, sir.
We can hear you. In fact, you're on air right now.
Oh, wow.
Wait, let me ask.
Everyone who's listening, watching.
Yeah, everybody's watching. We have a special caller from Australia. I don't know if you want to be named.
Do I want to be named? No, you can name me, Raymond. I miss you dearly. It's lovely to call me in.
Wait, is the reason why you said you want to call is because you have a dream that you want us to interpret or something like that?
I do have a dream, right? You're discussing dreams?
Yes.
Okay, so I have a reoccurring one, which is to do with falling, but inside a lift.
Inside the lift?
In a lift, and the lift drops.
Oh, no.
Reoccurring dream. Horrible dream.
Well, can be horrible, but can be not. Okay, when you dream of something that you're entering a lift, that means you are being confined by something or someone at this point in time. You don't have to say yes or no. Let me finish this because people think that every time somebody says something that it gives me a clue of what the dream is. You are now in a situation wherein you want to escape, not escape in a bad way, but try to get rid of the restraints that are keeping you from doing certain things. And you're very frustrated. The lift going down, all of a sudden, you feel like it's not happening. You're in a state of panic because I know you also that sometimes if things don't work out, you get anxious, you get worried a lot. That's the reason why you get trapped in a lift, and instead of the lift going up, the lift goes down. You are expressing some sort of frustration that is not going the way you want it to go.
Impressive. I can see how that relates to certain aspects of my life right now. You said that it could, and you know me so well too. I like things to maintain in a positive flow, have some control.
You always want control.
That's aspects.
Yes, that's
I
the
don't
problem.
have control of anymore.
Correct.
Absolutely, yeah. You said it could be looked at in the positive. I guess I've got to look at it that way instead.
It is. No, I'll tell you, you just confirmed something in my head. I can read you from your dream right now, what's happening to you. The reason why you're saying it can be looked at a positive, because right now, the restraint of a lift. Or lift po mga kaibigan is an elevator kasi Australiano tong kausap ko. So,
Yeah, sorry.
so
Sorry.
marunong rin ho magtagalog to
Elevator.
kahit blunt tong babaeng tong kausap natin. Uh, I will put her name on screen for you go so you know who she is. Yan po itsura yan, si Miss Kobe Parcell. She's a blonde
Everyone.
Australian woman calling from Australia right now. Totoo to.
Uh-oh.
And then marunong siya
Magandang
magtagalog.
gabi.
Yeah, magandang. Hindi it's only 6 o'clock. O nga pala, gandang gabi
Ay,
na pala.
gabi na dito kasi. Sorry.
Ay, sorry.
That's right.
So anyway, so I'll tell you one of the things that's important about your dream is this. You think that you said there is a good sign that you feel there's a restraint. The mere fact that you have identified the four walls that are keeping you from doing what you want to do, that is a good step.
Right.
So
Always acknowledge, diba?
Always.
And once you can recognize, I always think that's the healthiest way forward. To know what it is, recognize it, and to just kind of own it for what it is.
Correct. Sometimes the mere fact of recognizing what the constraints are is the biggest help that can solve the problem.
Yeah. I can definitely.
You can
Oh,
definitely.
I'm so glad you got to call me, but you could ask me what mine was.
If you don't want to say it,
awesome.
I think you know what I'm talking about because I don't know what you're going.
do.
I don't know what you're going through right now. But you know what? I know you. You're a survivor. You're a fighter. You've never given up on anything.
No, I never will. I always say, and that's why I always live by, my heritage is Viking, and I've been brought up where my mom will always remind us, boy, you're a Viking, huh? So you always keep fighting on. And I've had a lot of trials and tribulations. I'm now a single mom who works full time with two very young kids. And, the only way that I see is you just got to keep pressing forward regardless of anything and always attain to be better, to be your best self, regardless of the environment of whatever is, kind of thrown at you. But I do notice that I've been having this dream. So I get, it makes sense. there's something that's constraining me for sure. It's not going to stop me though, Raymond.
No, it shouldn't. It shouldn't. The mere fact that you're manifesting it in your dreams, which means you're going the right way. I've always adhered to that point of view. Wherein, you know what? No matter what the situation is, whether it be a COVID situation or whatever, every day we have situations. It's just gonna go, move forward. It really doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly. It's about being versatile as well to adapt it. The world is changing talaga. There's so many experiences that everyone's going through this year that we would never have imagined possible.
Can I add one last thing before you end?
Absolutely.
I'll tell you one thing right now. I can see it in you and the way your voice is coming in. Your anxiety also stems from your children right now. You want them to have the best, and you feel this situation that we're having is actually going to change the way they're going to have they
Oh
are.
my gosh.
What?
Raymond, that's amazing. We're just discussing tonight what will the world be in 20 or 30 years for our children in light of what the world is right now.
Are you scared of me?
I miss you dearly.
Are you scared of me that actually I already know what you're talking about?
Yeah. It's quite amazing, what everyone's gone through. I mean, admittedly, I'm in Australia. I'm in a part of Australia, though, where our everything is more relaxed already. We do not have any active cases at the moment. We are extremely blessed in the state that I'm in, but other states are not. And, we have friends who are going through lockdown, just like everyone in the Philippines is still experiencing. And it's difficult, it brings up all of these questions, not only of what's tomorrow going to bring, what's next week going to bring. There's still all of the questions about, everything to do with the environment that's being affected in the world, and what is the future of our children going to be. So there's a lot of things that can cause anxiety in this day and age. So you got to find that release, diba, where you also can center yourself and step aside from it and go, you know what, I'm going to keep working on what I can handle to
Correct.
provide the best that I can provide.
I have good news though for you.
Yes. Oh, I like I like the
No,
sound of that.
your good news is this: no matter what you do, and your kids will thank
Yes.
you. And I will tell you this: your kids will thank you for all the efforts you're going to give them from now until they're grown up, until you take care of their kids. Okay. But I'll tell you this:
Oh, I
at
know,
the end of the
sure.
day, they're gonna say, "We're still gonna be okay, ma. You know, no matter what happens, we're still gonna be okay. So don't worry."
Yeah. I love that. I love to hear that. Thank you, Raymond.
Oh, I love you. I miss you. I will go
I
back
miss
to.
you dearly. Yeah, thank you for calling and for bearing with me with the background sound
No,
here.
no, no. It's good.
But
At least
have
people know that people do tune in as far away as Australia and Dubai.
yes, absolutely. It's awesome to watch you and keep it up. Sending a very warm hello to all of your listeners and watchers. And yeah, I hope to see you sooner than later. Okay.
Yeah, no, I want to go there December where it's nice and
Yeah,
summer.
yeah, that would be awesome. Thanks for calling me.
All right,
Have
you take
fun.
care.
Okay,
Bye.
bye,
Love
bye.
you. Yan po mga kaibigan. That is Kobe Parcell. She called from Australia. Nahiya lang siya because nga she might daw ano. So those who still want to call, 0917-620-7658. I will continue with the other comments kasi syempre kakaya naman siya yung matapang na tumawag. Miss Irene has the same question. Is it the same if you buy for somebody else? Oh no, it's different when you buy a certain shoe for somebody else. Next question ko dyan, Miss Irene, is this: did you buy it for a girl or did you buy it for a guy? If you buy shoes for a girl, it's about questioning whether that girl is doing the right thing. Ibig sabihin na, is that girl doing her responsibility as herself, as herself as a mother, sister, boss, or colleague for that matter, because you're trying to introduce that person into the shoes that she's supposed to fit in. If you're buying the shoes for a guy, that means you're trying to you're trying to tell that person or that guy na, or you have certain responsibilities that you need to be aware of. So so it's different. It's really different. So I hope I help you there, Irene, from your dream. Lori Salceda is watching from Dubai. Oy, Lori, kamusta na kayo sa Dubai? I heard you guys are very safe. It's one of the safest country daw in the world now because mas konti daw ang ano nyo. And if you have any dreams, if you dream of sand or sand castles, yan ang hindi ko pa masasagot. Mali, ano, mali, in-offer. Miss Nanette, please call. Wow, Raymond, accurate daw, sinabi mo. Nag-aral ka ba ng Sino? Hindi naman. I can't tell you why. Sige, let's keep it a secret first. So, para manood kayo na manood sa akin. So, yun yung ano natin yun. Same question kay Chachi. Sir Raymond, curious na po, how did you learn to interpret dreams? There are books, but the books seriously won't help. Sige, for those people who are curious, some people won't believe this, but basically, when you're an empath, kala mo, ano, X-Men, ano, empath, you become more sensitive to emotions and signs and so on and so forth. May mga taong ganon. So, hindi naman po ako manghula. I mean, ang pangit naman sabihin, kamukha ko naman si Madam Auring, di ba? So, that's kind of hard. So, but when you become sensitive to people with these emotions and the way they feel, you absorb this and you learn. And then, with the help of studying and with the help of all this time, you interpret dreams, it becomes helpful that you talk to people. And I think that's the reason why my relationships are uh, nicer with people, is because I understand people more than what they normally present themselves. Oh, si Miss Eileen nag-comment, uh, you buy it for a guy. Oh, if that's a guy, then just maybe you're trying to remind that person, if you buy shoes for the guy, that there are certain responsibilities na baka hindi niya nagagawa, or there are certain things that you want this guy to do for you, or if not for you, for other people. Kasi normally when you buy shoes for guys, it's about strength and responsibility. So you want to make sure that that person that binila mo ng sapatos is reminded of certain strengths and responsibilities. I don't know who you want to buy the shoes for. Teka, I just drank water kasi tuloy-tuloy ako. Wait, Douglas, yes, is watching from Antipolo. Douglas, kamusta ka na dyan? I miss you guys. Okay, let's go back to Irene. What about when you see a tall building crashing down completely? If I had that dream before, that's a very good dream for you, Irene. That means you have visions. You've seen a collapse of something that you never expected to happen. The collapse, it sounds literal, but before the pandemic kasi, normally your brain, ito yung sinasabi ko, it's not about supernatural to ha, this is not supernatural, I need to explain this to you, parati akala nyo, ang galing naman ni Raymond, magkukulam yata to, manguhula na. No, 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 it's not like that. In fact, Irene's dream is based on her intelligence. I will tell you why. Because Irene has seen, I'm sure Irene, you've seen news about things that are happening in the world. You have information. You're a wildly read person. I know that. And when you put all of this information together, siguro when you're waking up in your waking hours, you don't put one and one together equals two. Pero pag natulog ka na and when that information is finally settled in your brain or in your mind starts sifting it together, putting the pieces of the puzzles together. Ang nangyayari, hindi naman masabi ng utak mo, "Hoy girl, ang daming information, tama tong nakikita mo, pero alam mo ba ibig sabihin nito?" So it's like an adding machine or a computer. The brain automatically adds all this information and gives it to you through an interpretation of a dream. So yung tong collapse of a building is actually a collapse of so many things before the pandemic. So meron kang sort of precognitive ability. Precognitive kasi doesn't mean supernatural again. Because you are intelligent enough to see the signs, pwede mo malaman yan. So yung precognitive mo is about the fall of ganito, society's panic, anxiety about the virus, our economic plight right now, political issues that you have or anxieties that you have. Yung mga ganun tipo. Wait, Irene, it was a creepy feeling. Yes, it's a scary feeling, Irene, because the answers are in front of you and sometimes you don't want to see the answers in front of you, but basically what's happening is that you're afraid that because of what's going to happen or will happen pala, kasi your brain is already adding the information to all together. Mabilis ang utak natin. So kunyari right now, if I say what's the square root of pi, hindi natin alam kung ano yun, but in your mind, your mind is a perfect computer. It records all the answer. You might not know it now, but eventually you will. But that's the reason why you're afraid about this dream, is because you know that at a certain point there is a certain truth to what's going to happen. So trust your instinct. You're very good at this, I will tell you. And then also at the same time, you keep on reading, keep on reading and keep on, absorbing all this information. I have one more. Si Douglas Nieras, ano ako dito, it was from Antipolo. Bihira mag-comment si Mr. Douglas Nieras. I'm so happy you're doing this to your listeners. Me rin, I don't know. I don't know why I'm happy. I'm always happy. Kahit batukan mo ko, I'll be happy pa nga. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. It's, wow, bilis natin, 6 o'clock na kagad. You know what, guys? I'm so surprised that tumagal tayo dito na we're actually, you guys are very engaging. You sent me your interpretations. Somebody called me from Sydney to tell me her dreams, and then John Santos is watching. Hello, John. Nice to know that you're still here. Magkwentuhan tayo, John. I have to call you pala after this kasi I have to tell you a bit of a news also. Oh, Irene is here again. Why do we have creepy dreams than happier ones? Oh, you know what? When you have creepier dreams than happy ones, then that means that's a good sign. Ibig sabihin, pinapurge ng utak natin yung mga hindi natin kayang i-purge during waking hours. Di ba, minsan magtatrabaho tayo tapos may mga frustration tayo. Kunyari, nagmi-meeting tayo tapos yung kausap natin hindi maintindihan, yung kasimple-simpleng bagay hindi niya maintindihan. So may frustration tayo, but because sometimes you need to be polite with the people you're dealing with, hindi mo tuloy masabi, grade school ka ba? Hindi mo maintindihan yung pinag-uusapan natin. And yet, when you're talking to the person, I think there's a misconception about what's happening. And then you patiently explain. Kasi, half of our head is try to be civilized. That's the civilized part. The subconscious, when we go in dreams, yun yung nagre-release yung inis natin, yung emotions natin. Okay lang yan. I've learned that dreams, you can control your dreams. There is no joke to that. I've learned that you can control, and you can always make it happy if you want to make it happy. Pag medyo creepy o natatakot ka, magandang exercise yan. Tandaan nyo, pag natatakot kayo sa panaginip, tanungin nyo kagad sarili nyo, nananaginip ba ako? Kasi nananaginip ko, gusto ko maging bida ko. I want to be the hero of my dream. And pwede yan. In fact, if you become the hero of your dream, normally, when you wake up, you will achieve what you want to achieve. Magiging bida ka. Okay? Si Miss Nanel, sana you do this once a week para maiba naman, hindi puro news na nakakabahala. O hindi naman ako newscaster, Miss Nanel, wala naman akong news. Minsan nga nagigess ako ng mga mga celebrities and people who want to contribute. In fact, I feel frustrated also kasi syempre I was expecting na si RS Francisco is gonna be with us kasi masarap rin kausap si RS. Ang dami-dami niya, may success story siya. I want to share yung success story niya with you guys because gusto ko rin marami tayong matututo about him. Plus, meron pa siyang giveaway, di ba? May guesting na nga siya, may giveaway pa siya sa atin. Kaya next week, mag-giveaway ho tayo sa mga ganyan. Oh, I forgot. Today, ang pinakamaraming tanong, ang binibigyan ko ng prize. Si Tito Jason, our admin, will now comment privately to the person who has commented the most. And yung sorry po, end of the show na tayo. So, and then you will get a surprise from us. Yes, from Quarantine Chikahan. May sponsors na ho kami. Natutuwa ako kasi may sponsors na tayo. And because of this, di ko mahanap. But pag nakuha mo yung prize mo, can you take a picture and post it so that we can tell people that we actually gave you a gift just to say thank you for being ito na naman siya. Thanks, Raymond gives good interpret. Uy, thank you, Miss Irene. mukhang neck and neck si Miss Nanette at si Miss Irene kung sino na ang bibigyan natin ng gift dito kasi kayong dalawang sis. Kahit wala kang guest, kaya mo. Well, thank you, Miss Nanette. That is a very nice compliment. Pero tandaan nyo, nagsimula ako ng live ko na wala akong guest. Remember, in the first few days ng quarantine natin, gusto ko lang kayong aliwin kasi marami ho natatakot, marami ho nagkaroon ng fears, ng anxiety about what's happening. Which, again, I have to remind everybody who's watching, please be very careful now. Ako na magpe-predict for you guys. The next 2 weeks are gonna be the most dangerous for you guys. If you don't have to go out, wag na ho kayong lalabas. The contamination is even harder now. Before may contact tracing tayo, which means if a person travels or meron siyang kasama na nagbiyahe, the possibility of you getting the COVID virus is high. Now, it's different. This is the second generation of contamination, which means yung mga tao na pamilya na lang, o mga tambay sa kalye, o yung mga tindera na dinaanan ng mga nahawa na ng ibang tao. Third na to, in fact, if you think about it, mahahawa na kayo. Kahit anong contact tracing pa ang gawin natin ngayon, wala na ho tayo masyadong magagawa. So, please be very careful. Do not go out. Wear your mask above the nose. Utang na loob, wag na natin gayahin. Wag natin gayahin ng ating pinuno sa Department of Health na ang paglagay ng mask ay nandito sa ilalim ng ilong. Magalit na kayo sa akin kung magalit na kayo sa akin, pero utang na loob. Cover your mask, our nose pala and mouth when you do that. And then alcohol, or wash your hands. Sabi nga ng doktor na makausap ko from PGH and Manila doctors and also Makati Med, mas effective po ang maghugas ng kamay. Hindi lang ho dito, but hanggang dito po, yan po. Hugas ng kamay. Soap and water is the best way to take the virus out of your skin. And then, wag ho kayong lalabas kung hindi kailangan. At kung meron mga taong matitikas ang ulo na hindi nagmamask, pagalitan nyo, sigawan nyo, TDN nyo. Sasabayan ko po kayo. And with that, I will say, goodbye. Humahaba na naman ang usapan natin dito. Parang wala na yatang Noli Ignacio is watching Jexter Jordan. Si Tito Noli nanonood. Yun ang gusto ko dito. Marami akong kamag-anak na nanonood. Okay. If you see people in the mall na walang mask, sampalin nyo para matauhan. Pero mag-gloves kayo kasi baka sakaling tumansik ang laway sa kamay nyo. Again, bye-bye people. I appreciate you guys being here and thank you very much. And please join me tomorrow midnight. Kung kaya ninyo, midnight snack 11 p.m. FB Live kami ni Janice na Bilen. We're going to talk about sex. Bye-bye.